Caulfield Racecourse today with Josh Rodder. Welcome, Josh.
Thank you, Shona. It's a pleasure to be on ATB-TV.
Yeah, we're happy to have you. Can you tell me what your role is with Melbourne Race Club, please?
Well, my title is Racing and Media Executive. I don't have the executive power or wages, but I'm doing my best to get there.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it does. And it's sort of my life in racing began in a completely different role. So to be in this position now is a dream. I love Caulfield. I grew up in the area. I'm passionate about the Melbourne Racing Club, and my role covers a lot. I try and be a little bit of a conduit between various departments and bring my racing knowledge to help, whether it be in marketing. I may not have the degrees in marketing or sponsorship sales, but
you've got drive and passion.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and if I can add any of my racing knowledge or relationships to those departments, that's what I try and do. So, you know, since I've been here, I started here in the middle of 2010. And since I've been here, there's been a lot of change. We've got new management now, and we're in these beautiful new offices now.
Very nice.
This is actually the Might and Power room.
Ah, okay. Yeah,
so it's all the ATB-TV viewers. Might and Power's got the greatest winning margin in a Caulfield Cup, which is 7.5 lengths.
Yeah, we're excited for the Caulfield Cup this year.
Well, hopefully that record margin gets changed.
We would like that.
Yeah, so I'm a bit of a conduit. So I'm here Tuesday mornings running jump outs. We now make them with colours and names, and I'm making sure that runs smoothly. But I'm also dealing with interstate trainers about our carnival, promoting our carnival.
I saw on Twitter you were all around the countryside.
Yes.
It's a hard job, that one.
Yeah, well, someone's got to do it, Shona.
Yeah,
we're right up the east coast. Your boss knows how to travel.
Yes,
Darren.
He's in Darwin. Hi, Darren. Thanks for going up there and leaving us down here. Good job.
In the freezing cold, look behind us. But so I was headed up the east coast. It's mainly to really just spread the word, continue to build the relationships. The Melbourne Racing Club's got a great name with trainers and owners and things, and we just want to keep that strong and flowing. And
it's good. The Melbourne Race Club is in charge of 3 racetracks.
That's right.
So if you join up, you get to go to Mornington, Sandown and Caulfield, so you really get good value for money when you join up at Caulfield.
Any queries, 9257 7200, or you can email me, jrodder, jrodder, at mrc.net.au, and I'll be happy to show you around the course and show you what possibilities you can have with being a member of the MRC.
Great. All right, well, we're just briefly going to speak about the results that we had last week with our runners. First up, we went to Coleraine and we had General Amore run. He finished 8th. He jumped well and he looked to have a good running, but coming around the bend he was under pressure and he was a little bit disappointing. He failed to finish off. He's come through the run all right, and at this stage he's going to head to Swan Hill on August the 11th over 975 metres.
Swan Hill's a wonderful winter track.
Yeah.
You know, you get a nice surface, big run in.
Yeah.
So they can improve.
Sprint and dash.
Yeah.
So then the next day on Sunday we went to Sandown where we had Imaging finish 4th. It was a pretty impressive run. It was a big step up in grade. He's been running around in Mildura. He ran well and he was going to have a spell after that run, but after that his performance, Darren's decided to give him another go at Sandown again.
Well, that was a really strong meeting, so all the format of that meeting is going to hold up.
Yeah, it was good. So August 6th, we're over 1,300 metres is the plan at this stage. Then we had Lucky on Barefoot at Sandown on the same day. He finished 5th. He was ridden by Jai McNeil. He did a good job, Jai did. And on a leader bias track, Lucky on Barefoot just got a bit too far back and he couldn't make up any ground. So he tried hard. So at this stage, we're looking at August the 16th at Caulfield, or we're going to head to the Mildura Cup with him.
That's a terrific meeting, talking about the 16th, Shona. It's the Back to Caulfield celebration, so our returned servicemen are celebrated. Okay. So last year I think it was Kokoda. This year's the 100 years of World War I, so it's quite a monumentous year. It's 100 years since World War I began.
Yeah.
So there's going to be some fantastic exhibits on course, a lot of our returned servicemen. So if you've got an opportunity to come to Caulfield, it's a great way, and it's a bit of the signal of spring. You know, last year we saw Passance de Lune make such a great impact in the PB Lawrence. So come and see maybe the return again of Passance de Lune in the
no doubt there'll
PB
be some
Lawrence.
Horses lining up, kicking off their Spring Carnival. On Monday, Lyndon Doom run. She finished 3rd. It was her first run. She did a really good job. She tried, and she's come through that one run well. And she's going to head to Bendigo hopefully next Thursday.
Our hometown.
Yeah, my home track. So it's been going good, Bendigo track. Edge of War ran on the same day. He finished 2nd. He got a little bit too far back, but he tried super hard, and he's also going to head to Bendigo next Thursday. On Tuesday we went over to Goodwood where we had Collini run around. It was a little bit disappointing. We had Craig Williams on board. Craig said he felt really good underneath him, and at the turn he thought he was going to win, but then Collini just spat it and said, I'm not trying anymore.
Okay.
So it was a little bit disappointing. Marco's going to have his work cut out with him, how he's going to work, get him back into his racing frame of mind, we'll see. And today we've got evens heading around at Geelong, so stay tuned for that and I'll pop the result up. So, Josh, when I first met you, many, many moons ago, maybe, 10 or 15 years ago, you were managing Jimmy Cassidy.
Yeah, the pumper.
Yeah. So, from then onwards, what was your roadways into racing? And you went over to Perth and...
Yeah, as I said earlier, I've worked in a lot of different areas of racing. I tried the stable stuff through school here at Caulfield with the likes of Rob McGuinness. Mm-hmm. Thought, nah, I like my sleep too much. Yeah. I used to sleep in for my paper round. How was I going to be a strapper? Yeah. So I realised that I had to do something different. So from there, I actually got a job at a local pub through my school teacher, who was the Mayor of Brighton, John Locko, and he had a lot of horses with Cliff Brown. He got me a job at the Marine, and I started meeting your Johnny Burke, Simon Petches, Neil Longdons, had a radio show on Southern FM. So at a young age, used to catch the 2 trains from Balaclava to Moorabbin and do a racing show. And from there, Greg Miles, I got a job on the ABC, calling totes. Got a job at the Truth newspaper. From there, jockey managing Jimmy Cassidy. Had Andrew Finlay when he was a leading apprentice with against the likes of Brett Preble, Lukey Nolan, Zach Purton even was part of the team before he made it big in Hong Kong. So
really, you were probably the making of all those names.
Yeah, well, why not?
No doubt.
Why not? I'm very proud of Zach's achievements.
That's super.
When I was managing Zach, he was just a boy riding in Coffs Harbour, and he was very, very raw. He tried Melbourne, didn't like it. Tried Sydney, didn't like it. But he's really matured. But Jimmy, opened my eyes to a lot of things, and he was a fantastic rider. We won Caulfield Cup's Golden Slippers. I was involved with his first Golden Slipper on Ha Ha, which was Gay's first. Yeah. So that was a monumentous occasion. And our first Group 1 together was actually here at Caulfield with Road to Success for Johnny Salinitri. Mm-hmm. So, jockey managing changed a lot. Yeah. And I just wasn't getting out of it what I wanted. I wanted to be in control of my own destiny. Mm-hmm. And very often you're relying on your jockey winning to you to get paid. Yeah. I always knew that once I met a girl, wanted to settle down, that I would need a really secure job. Yeah. So it must have been, it was a sixth sense, because I got a call from a mate over in WA, there's a Jewish jockey, you got to meet her. So I flew over for a blind date, and it was love at first sight. Yeah. And I went and landed a job at Perth Racing, and that's where this sort of role evolved. Yeah. From there I was set the task of creating some of their bigger races to put them on the map Australia-wide. Mm. So got asked to make the Winterbottom, push towards making it Group 1. Yeah. So I said, what do we need to do to make it Group 1? I said, you need the best sprinters. So I said, give me a checkbook, let me fly to Sydney. Yeah. So I went over and met Joe Janiak, got Takeover Target and Apache Cat to race in the Winterbottom.
Yeah, I went that year.
Yeah, it was a nose the difference. Yeah. Couldn't have planned it, scripted it better. Yeah. And the race is now Group 1
really
in Perth, so there's a possibility that Lenk and Ruby could run there. And so I'm proud of what I was able to do over there. And when Alistair Robinson came back to Caulfield as the CEO, he offered me if you ever want to come back. So to come back to Caulfield and go the full circle from working in stables, crawling under the fence here as a kid to watch the races. I think I backed Oppressor and a Turak at 66 to 1. So this year I'll be back in Guest of Honour.
Yes, Guest of Honour all the way.
I've got a good strike rate in the Turak, but everything comes back to Caulfield, and that's why I'm so passionate about the place. I care about it. And so whenever, it's ATB is actually a big part of Caulfield. I met Darren years ago when I was working for Mark Riley, doing form and clocking his horses, and Darren had some magnificent success with that former top sprinter, Mukta. Yeah. So we met through those times, and it's great to see what Darren's done with ATB and, his dream. Yeah. And hopefully I can fulfil all my dreams and take it to another level. Right. So.
Now, for those of you who aren't aware, we've just purchased a horse called Guest of Honour, and his first race is going to be aimed here in the Turak Handicap. Josh had a look at some track work that Craig Williams filmed overnight, and it was quite exciting, wasn't it, Josh?
Yeah, the service, there's just a perfect example of the service ATB gives their owners, to have a jockey of Craig's calibre, and Craig to be able to get out of his busy schedule to do that for ATB shows you the relationships that ATB's not only got with their trainers but their jockeys that ride for them. Craig would have wanted to do that. Yeah. And so Craig knows how ATB work, knows what they want to get out of it, and obviously he was very impressed if the deal's gone through and that on vision. It's hard to know because we couldn't see horse's action or etc. But Craig was obviously very happy with him.
Yeah.
And Marco very happy with him, and he seems to be the right horse. Looking at last year's Toorak, there was the import, name escapes me on top of the head, ran second in the race, ran super. So on that sort of level, you'd think Estefano would get him with a nice weight, fast run mile, be really competitive, and no one rides Caulfield better than Craig Williams.
Yeah, well. So now coming up, we'll speak about this week's runners. On Monday, we're off to Darwin. Well, Darren's already up there. We've got Letho Arrow running around with Kim Gladwin on board.
You behave yourself, Darren.
Yeah, not too much drinking on that boat tonight, and don't fall over, fall over the edge. Yeah,
cock it on.
So Lethal Arrow, we're expecting him to go okay. Mark Pegas rode him in his second start up there, and he improved greatly. So we've got a wide barrier, so that should give him a bit of space from the kickback that can occur from that track. So we'll look for him to be running on.
I see Kim Gladwin. He's a real journeyman. He rode a lot in WA.
Okay.
Went to a lot of the northern WA meetings like Broome and Port Hedland.
Yeah.
Really good horseman.
Yeah. So, and then Tuesday at Geelong, we've got Listo Gaetano going around in a 2200 metre race with Brad Wawela on board. With this horse has got winning form, same track, same jockey, so we're hoping for a repeat. Got Short Espresso going around with Craig Newitt on. It's first up from a spell, so we'll see how that one goes. And then the next ones, we've got nominations for Wednesday at Sandown, where we've got Imaging and Fantastic. Stay tuned to the website. And Thursday is a big day for us. Again, these are only nominations, but Clairvaux with Craig Newitt on board, Edge of War and Linden Doom. And we're also hoping for Crackerjack King to have a exhibition gallop. He's come back from a tendon injury, and it's been a very long road and a long process. But
where will he gallop?
At Bendigo.
Okay, great.
So it's a little bit touch and go at the moment. The tracks are chopping out everywhere all over the state. Bendigo's got 3 scheduled meetings over the next 20 days. Trying to pull some strings there with my uncle. Surely the president of the Bendigo Jockey Club can bloody swing of, pull some strings. So we'll keep you updated on that one. What else? Have you got anything you'd like to add, Josh?
Big day for us, Carnival Preview Day.
Yeah.
The gates are open, kids' activities. And another thing I want to mention is the Sunday with the Rupert Clark's run. We've got a big charity race day, which is going to be a really unique event. Maybe we can discuss that closer to the day. And then big week at Caulfield with Caulfield Cup Carnival. So there'll be a new sponsor of the Caulfield Cup, so stay tuned for that.
Okay,
1,000 Guineas will now be run on Caulfield Guineas Day. So they'll be back-to-back. And the Guineas Preludes will be back-to-back. So similar to the Blue Diamond Preludes, you'll get a good feel who's better, fillies or colts. And then we've got
that's a great idea.
So then those will be run there. Blue Sapphire will be the feature on the Wednesday, and on the Saturday the Caulfield Cup prize money's gone up in excess of $3 million, paying down to 10th.
That's what we want.
Yeah, so ATB
Show me the money.
will be chasing that money. And the Norman Robinson, formerly $150,000 race, will be $750.
Wow.
With bonuses attached to the Guineas winners. So we're really excited about the spring, and it's a great time to jump on board with the Melbourne Racing Club.
Great. Now, also, what we do is, this is putting you a little bit on the spot here, is I started this new segment called One to Follow.
Okay.
Now, you don't have to select any of our horses, but have you got anything coming up that you think might be worth to keep an eye on? Or
yeah, well, it's lucky. I've just actually completed Stars of the Spring for our members magazine. So you're going to get this before the magazine hits the press.
Well,
on my
not even hot off the press, it's before the press.
It's before the press. So we, on my East Coast travels promoting the carnival, I saw a horse called Looks Like the Cat.
Right.
He's a horse trained by Tony Golan, the leading trainer in Queensland. He's a big, flashy chestnut with a white face. He actually looks like a patchy cat.
Right.
And he's a big, powerful, sort of rising 3-year-old that I think a race like the Caulfield Classic, which is the old Norman Robinson, would be cherry ripe for him. Okay. The obvious ones that are going to be great to see are, Lankan Rupee, but probably not going to see him at Caulfield. But Looks Like the Cat, I think, will be a horse directed at Caulfield. That'll be a horse that I think is really worth following. And
as far as I'm concerned, I'm probably going to go with Clairvaux at Bendigo on Thursday, so stay tuned for that one. All right, well, that just about wraps us up here, and Josh, thanks very much for your time.
No, easy, Shona. It's always good to join the ATB team. And
we'll
happy
get you
race.
On again during the springtime.
Yeah, it'll
get
be good.
Your thoughts and evaluations and where we're at.
Yeah, we'll probably know a lot more about where your team's going by then. But happy racing to all the viewers. Enjoy your weekend.
Yeah.
Stay warm.
Stay warm and dry.
And
don't get blown away.
And cheer out in the fluoro yellow.
Yeah. Thanks, Josh. Great.
that went like